Hi everybody. At the end of the first week of the Vuelta, the riders have covered 44% of the race distance and only 38% of the elevation gain. So far the parcours did not disappoint and it's only getting better from here onwards. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank all of you who have subscribed to the channel, allowing me to reach 5,000 subscribers, which is way beyond anything I've ever imagined. Thank you. It already feels like ages ago that not Tarling or Van Aert, yet Vacek took the top spot of the podium at the opening ITT of this Vuelta. On stage 2, Groves took the sprint ahead of Van Aert and Strong. Also stage 3 was controlled by Alpecin and Visma Leasebike, and this time around Van Aert took the win. Red Bull Bora controlled stage 5 for Roglic to take the win on the first mountaintop finish of this Vuelta. Red Bull Bora controlled stage 4 for Roglic to take the win on the first mountaintop finish of this Vuelta. Mas and Van Eetveld were the only riders to stick to Roglic's wheel throughout the finish climb. Pavel Bittner took home stage 5, beating Van Aert and Groves in the sprint. On stage 6, Ben O'Connor turned the Vuelta on its head by going into the break. Behind him, Bora gambled and let the break go, while up front O'Connor was on a flyer, bringing a 27k solo home with a massive 6 minute and 31 second lead on the main bunch. Visma Leasebike and Alpecin de Koning controlled stage 7 and Bora blew the field to pieces on the Alto del 14%. A select group of 33 riders ended up going to the line, mainly GC men and Van Aert, who finished it off in style, taking his second win of this Vuelta. For long, it looked like stage 8 would go to the break, yet Israel Premier Tech decided to bring it back, eventually preparing the road for Roglic to take his second stage win of this Vuelta, with Mas the only rider not losing time. O'Connor lost 46 seconds, more than expected on this stage. On stage 9, Almeida did not take the start and UAE did what they had to do, sending Vine, Yates and Soler in the breakaway. In this front group, Soler started smashing it from the Puerto de El Purche. This was also the moment Carapaz accelerated from the group of main favorites in an attempt to bridge to the front, and this with almost 90k to go. Vine took over from Soler, for eventually Adam Yates to go with 58k to go, dropping Gaudu in the process and going on to win the stage with 3 minutes and 45 seconds on the GC group. In that group of favorites, Mas was the best climber and Gal pulled for O'Connor on the final Hazalianas climb, with Roglic obviously not having the legs to respond to Mas or to attack O'Connor, who even extended his lead with 4 seconds on the line. A pity Mas almost threw it all away in the descent. Tarling, Tiberi and Keplinger did not finish the stage. Here's the resulting GC going into the first rest day, with O'Connor still solidly in the lead and Adam Yates moving back into the top 10. Many, including myself, expected O'Connor to lose minutes today, yet after a lesser day on stage 8, he never got into trouble on stage 9 and looked very solid. Following his attacking ride, Carapaz moves into third. In the green jersey competition, Wout van Aert has a commanding lead of 41 points on Groves. Yates now leads the fight for the polka dot jersey ahead of Roglic and Gaudu. Here's an overview of what's to come in week 2 of this Vuelta, comprising 2 clear GC stages, stage 13 and 15, and 3 real options for the break, stages 10, 11 and 14. Stage 12 could go both ways, yet at the moment I have it down for the breakaway. Which brings us to a more in-depth look at stage 10, 160k and slightly over 3000 meters of elevation gain. It starts climbing straight out of the gate, something which is always difficult. Expect an interesting break to form here. The first category, Alto de Mugas, sits 20k out of the finish. This is a fairly easy climb. Combined with a big climb at the start of the stage, this tells me this one has high chances to go to the breakaway. The finishing profile is fairly flat. Here's the stage odds at the time of recording, with Roglic and Van Aert the main favorites. And then here's the riders to watch in my book. Going all in for the breakaway scenario. Van Zevenand at Quickstep, De Plus or Narvaez at Ineos Grenadiers, Del Toro or Soler at UAE, and because I expect Van Aert to focus on stage 11, I'm calling Valter at Visma Leasebike. Then again, it would be a genius move for Van Aert to join in on the fun here. Heik at Bahrain Victorious, Cepeda at EF, Adria or Aliotti at Red Bull Bora, Lascano or Sanchez at Movistar, Kung or Pacher at Groupama FDG, Tejada at Astana, Schmidt or Zana at Jaiko Alula, and Conrad at Little Trek, Gijs Leemreize at DSM, Castrillo at Kern Pharma, Van Eetveld at Lotto Destiny, even though I expect him not to be given much freedom, as a result of which he'll probably stick with the GC bunch, and Jon Izagirre at Cofidis, Frigo at Israel Premier Tech, Vergalito at Alpecin de Koning, Rota at Intermarché, and Berthet at Decathlon AG2R, even though he may be tied to O'Connor. In terms of stars, Tejada, Sanchez and Soler get 4 stars, De Plus, Izagirre and Del Toro get 3 stars, Frigo, Lascana and Schmidt get 2 stars, and Castrillo gets 1 star. In terms of podium prediction, I'm calling Soler for the win ahead of Sanchez and Tejada. Enjoy the rest day and stage 10, and see you on Tuesday for my stage 11 preview.